Well, hello everyone. Welcome to BODHI. I am still sore from my class from Chris in the payback class. That was an intense experience. So, let's have you start in chair pose at the wall with the block between your thighs and also squeezing a block. Yep, here we go. Payback to Chris. Well, I'm not going to make it. I don't think I could possibly make it as hard as that class. That was truly the hardest class I think I've ever done. It was wonderful, and I feel amazing from it, but I'm very sore. Okay, so on that note, you can go ahead and reach the block all the way up to the ceiling, and you are on the clock. Lift the side ribs, and widen the shoulder blades out, and soften the traps down. Okay, now, press the thumbs together towards and in towards the block. And now if the hips are at 90 degrees, like I learned from Chris, okay, slightly tuck the tail forward, scissor the thighs together, and lift the side ribs up a little bit more. Nice. And then grunt and moan and don't breathe at all the entire time. See if you can actually hold your breath for a little bit of time, because I'm not going to tell you how much time is left. But you just got to not breathe and attend to your not breathing. No, we're not halfway there yet. No, not even halfway. I can get into that stuff later. I was about to lay into him about his class. Sink a little lower. Nice. Actually, I don't think you are breathing. Are you breathing? No, breathe actually. Please breathe. You're actually over halfway now. It's so fun, chair pose, isn't it? It feels amazing. So uplifting. It is very grounding. Press every finger, the knuckle of every finger into the block. And if you want to point the finger at me, you're more than welcome to do that.
Class is still worth it.
Yes, it was. I don't think I could get even anywhere near what he did to me. If you've not taken that class, I highly suggest it. It was amazing, even though I'm very crushed. I could just keep talking. I got compliments all day of how elongated I looked. I actually really did. It's amazing. He was an incredible teacher. You got 10 more seconds to go here. Whew, sure is fun. Love our chair pose. Lift the frontal hip points a little higher, almost to that 2-minute mark. And there it is. I should have made you go 3 minutes. You want to go 3 minutes?
No.
I should have done that. That was idiotic of me. Okay, so let's have you come onto your backs, please, from there. And let's keep the block. Let's keep it. Yeah, let's actually turn it. No. Let's just go this way with the block, and you can extend the legs long. Take the hands by your sides, and just a little crunch up into Ardha Navasana. Just a little boat pose hold here. Feels great, doesn't it? Yeah, just that block to whatever feels good to you. Scissor the thighs. Nice. Keep the little grapefruit underneath the chin. And just like you're cruising, just nice and easy boat ride. In and out through the nose. I'm feeling the finger. The finger's getting ready to come. Nice. Lift the shoulder blades just a little higher. That's it. Now we're 30 seconds in. Breath of fire. If it gets to be too much, you can always set the heels down. Lift a little higher if you can. Good, big inhale, hold. Navasana, boat pose. Nice, you can bend the knees like Chris is, or you can straighten the legs like Chris is doing, okay? If you need to bend the knees, you can grab opposite elbows underneath you. 30 seconds here, breath of fire. Good, crush that block, get a little bit further forward on the sits bones. Nice, flex the baby toes back towards the chin and tip the head back. Nice, lift the heart up towards the chin. Good, take one more inhale here and you can let it go all the way down to the ground. Felt great, didn't it? I think we should do a few more abs. Did it? Oh good, well let's do some more then. Let's take the hands behind your head. Nice, and you know this one. When you exhale, we're just gonna crunch it up, extend the legs forward. Yep, set the feet down, exhale, lift a little higher, and then inhale, roll it down. Good, exhale, crunch it up. Inhale, extend toes, set the feet down, lift a little higher. He has a much better attitude than I do. Inhale, roll it down. I was complaining the whole time. And then lengthen it all the way forward. Set the feet down, lift a little higher, and then inhale, lower down. Nice. Exhale, you're going to crunch it up. Inhale, you're going to extend it long. Nice. Set those feet down, lift a little higher, and then inhale, roll it down. Nice. Exhale, crunch it up. Inhale, lengthen. Good. Set the feet down, lift, and lower. Nice. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Good. Now shuffle the feet up and down, 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 up and down. Now bring them together. Take them to the right. And then take them to the left. Then back to center. And then hug the knees in. That was tough. I mean, if you want more, I'm happy to give you more. You want more? Oh, he wants one more. All right, set the soles of the feet down. Take the hands behind the head. Actually, reach the arms behind you. Interlace everything but the pointer finger and thumb. Now, when you exhale, crunch up and over to the right. When you inhale, lengthen the toes long. Point them, just like we just did. Nice. Set the feet down. Exhale, lift the right shoulder blade up off the mat. Inhale, take the arms all the way out overhead. Nice. He wanted it. Exhale, crunch up and over to the right. Inhale, lengthen those toes long. Good work. Set the feet down. Exhale, lift, and then lower. Woof! And then exhale, crunch up and over to the right. Inhale, point the toes, and set the feet down. Exhale, lift, and lower. Arms all the way out overhead. Good work. Exhale, crunch it up and over. Inhale, lengthen the toes. Belly okay. Set the feet down, lift a little higher. Arms all the way out overhead. One more on this side. Here we go. Exhale, crunch up and over to the right. And then point the toes when you inhale. Set those feet down. Exhale, lift, right shoulder blade up. Arms all the way out overhead. Good. Just 5 more to go. We go to the left side now. Exhale, crunch up and over to the left. Inhale, point the toes. Nice work. Set those feet down. Lift, and arms all the way out overhead. We still got 250 Navasana crunches too. Exhale, crunch up and over to the left. Maybe, maybe not. Inhale, point the toes. And set the feet down. Exhale, lift left shoulder blade. And I love the face that you make when we come up. Exhale, crunch up and over to the left. Inhale, lengthen the toes. Set the feet down. Exhale, lift. And arms all the way out overhead. 2 more. Exhale, crunch up and over to your left. You can do this. Inhale, point the toes, lengthen. Set the feet down, lift a little higher. And then arms all the way out overhead. Nice work. Last one here. Exhale, crunch up and over to the left. Inhale, lengthen the toes. Nice work. Set the feet down. Exhale, lift. And arms all the way out overhead. I'm happy to give you another one. Hug the knees into the chest. And that was nothing compared to what he did to me, by the way. Absolutely. I mean, that was like half of what you did to me. And you can rock it up and down and up and down and then all the way to downward facing dog. It truly was an amazing class. I told him it was the hardest. Like, I thought Brock was the hardest teacher on the planet. We have a new one. But he is actually a great balance because it was very hard, but he's so like articulate with all the details and the elongation of the spine. That's why I literally felt so like straight the last couple days. Anyway, I highly suggest it. I'm going to take it again later on. Probably not today. I'm probably going to wait 2 or 3 more days. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Ah, nice. Inhale, plank pose. Glide the shoulders all the way over the wrist into the top of the push-up. Good. From there, bend the elbows lower halfway down. Chaturanga. Good. Lift it back up to plank. Lift the right foot just an inch away from the ground and pull the knee all the way into the chest. That's it. I should just hold you here for like 10 minutes because of what you did. And then from there, 3-legged dog. Shoot it all the way up and back. Roll the hip open. You can bend the top knee, circle the ankle, work the left armpit slightly forward. Nice. Press the thumbs down, maybe work the right thumb a little closer to the forefinger. And then from there, re-square the hips, flex through the back heel, firm the outer left hip in and back, and then you're going to take the knee all the way across to your left tricep muscle, across the body. Pull the right shoulder back. Now see if you can lift the knee a little higher up towards the armpit. That's nice. Squeeze the wrists in, press the back of the forearms forward, lengthen a little further forward, and lift the left thigh higher. Nice. Now, shoot the right leg back, bend the elbows lower halfway down, chaturanga. Come on back up to plank. Take the knee to the back of the right tricep muscle. Again, see if you can lift that knee a little higher up towards the armpit. Nice. Now lift the right hip point up towards the armpit. Now pull the heart a little bit further. I can't even speak. Further forward. Now shoot the right leg back, bend the elbows lower halfway down, chaturanga. Good. Press up to plank pose. Set the right foot down. Pick the left foot up. Pull the knee all the way to the chest. All right. And then from there, 3-legged dog. Roll it all the way open. Hip open. Bend the top knee. Circle the ankle. Awesome. Work the right forearm forward, hollow the right armpit. Nice. And then from there, re-square your left leg back from the outer right hip in. Now take that knee all the way across to your right tricep muscle across the body. Awesome. Nice levelization in the shoulders. Lift that knee a little higher. Look forward. Shoot the left leg back, bend the elbows lower halfway down, chaturanga. Come on back up to plank. Keep the elbow squeezing in. Pull the knee back to the left tricep muscle. And if you can, pull that knee a little higher, even 1/4 of an inch higher, and keep lifting the knee up towards the armpit. Good work. Shoot the leg all the way back, bend the elbows lower halfway down, chaturanga. Press it all the way up to plank. Set the left foot down, bend the elbows lower halfway down, chaturanga. Roll over the toes, upward facing dog. Pause. Flip it back over, chaturanga. Squeeze the elbows in. Keep the elbows in. Press it up to plank pose all the way up to downward facing dog. Nice and easy. Big inhale in through the nose. And let it out. Actually feels weird teaching you. I feel like you should be teaching me again. We can switch halfway if you want. Actually, no, we're not doing that. That was a very bad idea. You would crush me and annihilate me. I need a day or two. And then let's standard vinyasa. Inhale, plank, glide the shoulders all the way over wrist, top of a push-up. And nice and easy, lower chaturanga, halfway down. Good, roll over the toes from there, upward facing dog. Nice lift in the thighs. And then all the way up and back to downward facing dog. I would say that I would use it as an excuse for my lisping and my inability to speak and blame it on you, but I can't do that because I've done it all throughout this thing. So I just have a speech problem. A big inhale in through the nose. And then exhale, let it out. All right, just like I forget poses. Let's see if I can remember all the poses today. That will be a big victory for me. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Good, we're gonna get it at the end of the exhale. We're gonna lift those hips all the way up and over the wrists. Lift the belly to the spine and lift up. Good, lengthen forward as you inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Good, take the thumbs wide apart, circle and rise all the way up. And then exhale, pull the palms together at your heart center. Very nice. Surya A, palms drop, circle and rise, take it up. Exhale, hinge, fold forward and release. On your inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen forward. Good, now when you exhale, you're welcome to step or float it back. I'm gonna give you the option. Nice, over the toes, up dog. Nice and easy, back to downward facing dog. All right. Few breaths here in the dog. I don't even have any corrections for you anymore. I mean, I can kind of make some stuff up. Actually, widen the shoulder blades out a little bit. Good. Work the heels just a touch out. And then press the head of the thigh bone slightly back. Keeping that little semblance of a bend in the knees good. Just a little press of the thighs back. That's it. And then bend the knees and look forward. Good. At the end of the exhale, we can step or lift those hips. Awesome. Lengthen forward, inhale, and then exhale, fold forward and release. We'll go thumbs wide, circle and rise all the way up to the top. And then on the exhale, pull the palms to your heart center. Great. Round two, palms drop, rise it up. And then exhale, hinge and fold forward, release. On your inhale, lengthen forward through your heart. When you exhale, you can step or float it back, remembering to keep the core engaged, the legs engaged, and the heart lengthening forward. Awesome. Over the toes, upward facing dog. And then all the way up and back to your downward facing dog. Nice work. And maybe again, even the right thumb a little closer to forefinger. Does that feel okay? Mm-hmm. And then press the right thumb down and forward. Or the knuckle right here. The sound effects are very useful. And re-inhale, bend your knees and look forward. And when you're ready, lift those hips all the way up and over the wrist. Float it. Yes. Lengthen it long. Inhale. And then fold forward. Exhale. Thumbs go wide. Circle and rise. And then exhale. Pull the palms together at your heart. Great. Round three. Palms drop. Circle and rise. Take it up. Exhale. Hinge and fold forward and release. When you inhale, lengthen it long. Good. When you exhale, you can step or float it back. Chaturanga. All right, over the toes, up dog. Nice and easy, come on back to your downward facing dog. Great work. Smooth and steady breaths here in the downward facing dog, reattending to the breath. You look so much more elongated, it's awesome. Good work, you and Krista. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. I'm not going to be there this time. It's all you. At the end of the exhale, you can step or lift those hips all the way up and over your wrists. Trust yourself. Inhale, lengthen forward. It's all right. Then exhale, fold forward. Circle rise, take it all the way up. And then exhale, pull the palms to your heart. Again, we palms drop it, circle and rise it. Exhale, hinge and fold forward and release. Inhale, lengthen it long. Exhale, step or float it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Yes! Over the toes, up dog. Nice and easy. Come on back to downward facing dog. Awesome. You wrap those upper outer arms in from here. Zoot. So we get the serratus engaged, wrapping all the way around. Zook. All the way into the core, actually. That was super descriptive, wasn't it? Okay. People are like, what the hell did you just say? Just firm the upper outer arms in. Big inhale in through the nose. Let it out, exhale. Ah! Okay, here we go. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. At the end of the exhale, you can step or lift those hips all the way up and over your wrists. Yes! Lengthen forward as you inhale. Fold forward as you exhale. Circle rise, take it all the way up. And then exhale, pull the palms to your heart. You didn't see it, but I didn't have my hand there that time. I was just standing there. All right, palms drop, circle rise, take it up. And then exhale, hinge, fold, forward and release. Awesome. Inhale, lengthen it long when you inhale. And step or float it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Nice. Over the toes, up dog. All the way up and back down dog. Big inhale again, in through the nose. This time, smooth, soft exhale, release. All right. You're going to love this. Right leg rises up in the air. We're going to go knee across to the left tricep muscle. Pull the right shoulder back. Now try to keep the knee above the elbow. Inhale, right tricep. Exhale, left tricep. 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 Pause. Lower the knee down to your left wrist. Good. Inhale, right wrist. Exhale, left wrist. 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 Pull it up to the left tricep. Kundinyasana 1. Hop the back foot up an inch, 2 or 3. Fun, right? Nice. Now that's awesome with the bottom leg. Good extension. This top leg just a little bit more into the midline, working it back. That's all right. That's hard as hell. Let's go three-legged dog. Roll the hip open. Good. Work hollow the left armpit. Bend the top knee, circle the ankle. Let's let that top foot get a bit heavier. Get a little heavier, get a little heavier. And then flip this dog all the way over. Nice. Good engagement in the transition. Good lift of those bottom ribs. It's awesome. Nice. So much stronger. Love it. A couple more breaths here. Okay, now reach the right arm all the way up. Vashisthasana, stack the right foot on top of your left. And you know if you need less, you can always set that left knee down. Trying to stack the hips. So roll the right hip towards the right side, the side you're facing. Yep. Nice, you got this. Now, lift the right foot an inch up off the left, pull the knee all the way into the chest. That's it. Lift the bottom hip a little higher. There you go, brother. You got it. Keep broadening out the collarbones. Awesome work, brother. Lift the bottom hip a little higher. Now look down to your left wrist. Go ahead and step the right foot by the left wrist, roll into the ball of the back foot and up into crescent pose. Now, I wish I could remember how you gave me that adjustment to levelize your left hip. Since I can't remember, could you please adjust your own left hip? What's the cue? I mean, for me, I like firm my outer right hip in and lift my outer left hip up. Is that kind of what? Okay. Outer right hip in, outer left hip. He gave me this killer adjustment in his class that I've never felt so great in my hips. The levelization was unmatched, and I couldn't remember exactly how we got there. But we got there. And people are like, well, you didn't really cue it that well. Just watch Chris. He knows what he's doing. Okay, now from here, go ahead and bring the palms together at your heart. And then we're going to twist it up, left tricep to your right thigh. Crescent twist. Lift the head of the left thigh bone just a little bit higher. Nice. And then we'll do that Krista cue that I love. Left obliques towards the right hip towards the left obliques. Squeeze that energy in towards the midline. And then pry the top collarbone open from there. Nice. Lift the head of the left thigh bone a little higher. Awesome. Now, look down at your right big toe. Put the weight into the right foot. Step the left foot all the way up to meet it. Find your way into chair twist. This is easy compared to your class. This is nothing. This is like level 1. Work the hips back. I'm trying to get you back and I'm not successful. Sink a little lower. Good. Outer left hip back one more time. Nice. One more breath here. Good. Now fold forward. You can take the hands to blocks. I set blocks there in front of you if you want them. Now right into standing splits. Lift the left leg up to the ceiling. Actually, not up to the ceiling. Work with levelizing your hips. So pull the outer right hip back and lift the head of the left thigh bone slightly up. A lot of times we'll jack that left hip up to the ceiling in splits, which makes it a lot easier. If you work that right hip back and work with levelizing the hips, you can even take your hand back to feel into the levelization. It's a whole different thing. Okay, now from here, bring the palms together at your heart right into warrior 3. Lengthen forward through your sternum. Awesome. It's great levelization in the hips, and nice with the upper body parallel to the ground. Now press the top of the right thigh back. Good. Roll the outer left hip down and pull both hip points forward. Now separate the arms wide apart like wings and lift the left thigh a little higher. That's it. And then from there, right into our favorite twisting half moon. I should go to like warrior 5 from here. I'm not going to do it, but I should. He's doing all these warrior 4s and warrior 5s. It was amazing though. Lift the outer left hip up. Press the top of the right thigh back, lift the left heel higher. It's nice. Now, work with that Krista adjustment again. Left obliques toward the right hip in toward the left obliques. Squeeze that energy into the midline and then revolve the top shoulder open. Nice! Find the stability. Yes, in the hips, and then lengthen those bottom ribs further forward. You got it. Take one more inhale here. Good. Release the hand down to the ground. Get rid of the block, and let's pop this, or rather lift this up into a handstand. And if you're just working with the setup today, you get the shoulders over wrists. You can even use a block on your right foot, stepping on the block and just working on lifting up a little bit at a time, keeping engaged in the middle. Do the little scared cat thing. Keep the scared cat thing and then lengthen forward. Keep that much lift and then tip the heart forward and then lift the belly up over the wrist. Nice, brother. Look at that. So good. So engaged. So connected. A little more chest up towards the ceiling. Yes! Holy shit, that's fantastic. All right. You just can hang here all day. And vinyasa when you're ready. Over the toes, upward facing dog. Nice and easy, back to downward facing dog. Let's lion's breath it here. Big inhale in, and then let it out. All right, now we get to do that lovely stuff on side 2. Left leg rises up in the air, please. Good. Yeah, there you go. He lifted his outer left hip up to levelize the hips. Now pull the knee all the way across to your right tricep muscle. Yep. And then when you inhale, knee to the left tricep, exhale right tricep. Inhale left, exhale right. 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 Lower the knee down to the right wrist. Good. Inhale left, exhale right wrist, inhale left wrist, exhale right wrist. Left wrist, inhale right wrist. Inhale left wrist, exhale right wrist, inhale left wrist, exhale right wrist, and left wrist, and right wrist. And pull it all the way up. I know that was hard. I think I made you do 6 instead of 5. Sorry about that. Pull the heart all the way forward. Kundinyasana 1. That's it. Nice, brother! Squeeze the elbows in. That's it. Dude, you got it. And Vashisthasana, or excuse me, from the 3-legged dog pose. Roll the hip all the way open. I'm forgetting where we were. Roll the right armpit slightly forward. That's it. Bend the top knee just a little bit, and then you can let that top foot get heavy, get heavy, get heavy, get heavy, and then we'll flip this dog all the way over. Awesome work. Whew. Don't you hate that when it's like, we did 5, and then he's like, come on, go over to the other side again and then back. Yes, when things are hard, I know, I keep count too when I'm in that shoe position. Okay, from there, reach the left arm all the way up to the ceiling. Now stack the left foot on top of the right foot. Vashisthasana. Good, now see if you can isometrically pull either the right knuckles or the right palm back towards the right foot to get a little more length in the right ribs, and lift the right ear a little away from the floor. Now lift the left foot an inch up off the ground, pull the knee all the way into the chest. Go ahead and look down at your right thumb, step the foot there, roll into the ball of the back foot and up into crescent pose. And then from there, do the Chris adjustment. Why don't you speak it to me and then I'll speak it to them. Tell me what you do exactly.
Left hip hugs underneath.
Left hip hugs underneath.
And then connects sit bone to the edge.
And connects sits bones to the edge of the back heel. And then what do you do with the right hip? Just do it. Just do what you do with the right. For me, I lift my right frontal hip point up. Is that what you're doing there? So do the stuff I was saying on the left side, which I already forgot, and then lift the right hip point up. But it feels amazing, and it looks really freaking good. Yeah. Okay, now from there, bring the palms together at your heart, and let's twist it up. Right tricep to your left thigh, coming into crescent twist. Nice. And like I'm going to take a seat on the back of your hamstring. If I'm going to sit there, you got to lift that right thigh even a little higher. Nice, very nice. Good, finding the breath here. Look down at the left big toe, put the weight into the left foot, step the right foot all the way up to meet it. Find yourself in the chair twist. A lot of times the right knee will like to poke forward here. Try to levelize the knees by pulling the right knee slightly back and the outer right hip slightly back. And then pull the hips slightly back as well. And then once all that's kind of working back, then elongate the right ribs further forward. And then perhaps the thumbs just come a little closer to the heart. Take another inhale like that. And then when you exhale, just fold forward, set the hands to the floor or on blocks, and extend your right leg back. So you're in standing splits here. Nice. And he firmed his outer left hip back. Again, if you need to reach the hand back to feel into the levelization of the hips, you do that. Take another couple breaths here. Lift the top of the right thigh even a little higher. And get a little more length now. Pull the heart further forward and then bring the palms together at your heart. Come right into Virabhadrasana 3. Great. Yeah, that's fantastic. Good, now separate the arms wide apart like wings. Continue to press the top of the left thigh back, and then right into twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand down, about a foot out in front of the big toe, as you revolve the left ribs and left arm open towards the ceiling. Yep, levelizing the hips back there. Pulling the heart towards the side you're facing a little bit more. And as you do that, lift the outer right hip up again. Nice. Now, lengthen the sternum a little further forward. That's it. One more inhale like that. Lift the right heel higher and karate kick it towards the back of the mat. And release the left hand down. Nice work. Awesome. And it's handstand time if you're up for it. Again, on side 2. Finally, we got you sweating. I was sweating like 1.5 minutes into your class. It's taken like over 30 minutes for you to sweat in here. Okay, so left leg is down, right leg is up. Connect with your breath and let the breath be the guide. When you're ready, the breath will allow you to lift and tip up, or it'll just keep you here, working the engagements and the setup. Nice. This needs to stay connected. The ribs, front ribs in. Nice. Yes. Left heel into the right heel. That's it. Awesome work, brother. Front ribs in and up to the ceiling. Kick the ceiling. That's it. Yes. All right. Crushing it. Look at this engagement. Freaking awesome. All right. Vinyasa when you're ready. over the toes, upward facing dog. And then all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Let's cleanse it out with a lion's breath. Big inhale in, and then let it out. Great. Okay, I will have my hand here this time. A couple breaths though before we jump up. And when you're ready, go ahead and bend the knees and look forward. Lift the ribs. At the end of the exhale, lift the hips over the wrists. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Good. Today, circle rise, take it all the way up, and then exhale, pull the palms all the way to your heart. Good. We'll go to chair pose from there. Sink it down, Utkatasana. Nice. Nice. Hip points up, shoulder blades widen, head tips back. That's it. And then exhale, fold, release the hands down to the ground. Lengthen it long when you inhale, and then on your exhale, step or float it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower nice and slow over the toes, up dog, and then all the way up and back, down dog. Right leg rises up, outer left hip in, keep the belly engaged, pull the knee to the nose, step the foot down, warrior one. On your inhale, you're gonna rise it up, and then on your exhale, release the hands down. Step your right foot back, lower nice and slow. Stay connected to your breath, making it a moving meditation over the toes, upward facing dog, and then nice and easy coming back to downward facing dog. Great, we go left leg up in the air from there. Take the knee all the way into the nose and step the foot down, warrior one. On your inhale, we'll rise it all the way up. And then when you exhale, you can release the hands all the way down to the ground. Step the left foot back and lower nice and slow, Chaturanga over the toes, up dog. And then all the way up and back, down dog. Take 5 breaths here. Smooth and steady, in and out through your nose. That's great. Great length in the cervical spine. Fantastic elongation. And down dog. Down dog is one of the hardest poses, I personally believe. Is it hard for you too? It's very challenging. Everything has to be engaged to support you here. I remember classes I used to go to in my early days of yoga. They were like, all right, now you can rest because you're in down dog. That's not my experience. Big inhale in through the nose again. Again, let it out, exhale. Ah. Good, inhale, bend the knees and look forward. At the end of your exhale, you can step or float up to the top. Lengthen it long when you inhale, and then fold forward when you exhale. Let's go ahead and circle and rise. Take it all the way up. We'll just do one chair pose today in the Surya Bees. Palms together at the heart. And then from there, sink it back down, Utkatasana. Good. And then on your exhale, fold forward and release. Lengthen it long when you inhale, and then nice and easy, step or float it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Over the toes into the up dog, and then nice and easy, come on back to down dog. We'll go right leg, rise it up. Knee to the nose, step the foot down, and warrior one. Rise it all the way up. When you exhale, release the hands all the way down. Step your right foot back and lower, nice and slow, Chaturanga. Over the toes into up dog, and then nice and easy, come on back to down dog. Here we go, left leg rises up. Good, pull the knee in, step the foot down, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, we're gonna rise it all the way up, and then exhale, release the hands all the way down. Step your left foot back and then lower nice and slow, Chaturanga over the toes, upward facing dog, and then all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Great work, awesome. And always, staying connected to your pace, moving with your flow. So if you find that you're trying to keep up with us and your breath isn't supporting that, please do slow down. If that happens to you in class, please do slow down. Most important is always, even if it's uncomfortable, to slow down and stick with your particular rhythm. Because then you're supported, and you'll be supported to do the harder stuff too. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. At the end of the exhale, you can step or you can lift it all the way up to the top. Lengthen along when you inhale, and then fold forward when you exhale. Go ahead and circle rise, take it all the way up, and then exhale, pull the palms together at your heart. Nice work, sinking it down, chair pose, Utkatasana. Good, and then from there, exhale, fold forward, release. Lengthen it long when you inhale. Good, step or float it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Over the toes, up dog, and then right back to down dog. Here we go, right leg rises up. Knee comes all the way into the nose, step the foot down, warrior one. Inhale, we'll rise. And then exhale, release the hands down. Step your right foot back, keep the thighs lifted, lower down, chaturanga. Go to work over the toes, upward facing dog, and then all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg rises up, knee comes all the way into the nose, step the foot down. Warrior one, inhale, we rise. And exhale, let it go. Good work, step the foot back, lower nice and slow. Over the toes, upward facing dog, all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Someone's gonna be 26 in a little bit of time. Personally, I think we should do 52, because that would be double. Unless you have somebody else's birthday you'd like to celebrate. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. What was that? And at the end of the exhale, you can step or lift it all the way up to the top of the mat. All right, lengthen along as you inhale and fold forward as you exhale. Circle rise, take it all the way up. You were just so excited to get into that Navasana celebration, weren't you? I know, I can feel it. The excitement is palpable. Sink it on down, chair pose. And then get a little lower, get a little lower, get a little lower, get a little lower. Oh, okay. So you know you can grab opposite elbows. You know I want you supported here, so do what you got to do to support yourself. Hands by the hips. You can set the feet down, grab opposite elbows here. You can bend the knees, you can straighten the legs. Okay, if you're with us for this early birthday celebration, of my brother Chris here. Arms forward, inhale, lower, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 6, inhale, 7, inhale, 8, inhale, 9, inhale, 10, inhale, 11, inhale, 12, inhale, 13, inhale, 14, inhale, 15, inhale, 16, inhale, 17, inhale, 18, inhale, 19, inhale, 20, inhale, 1, inhale, 2, inhale, 3, inhale, 4, inhale, 5, inhale, happy birthday, inhale, 27, inhale, 28, inhale, 29, inhale, 30, inhale, 31, inhale, 32, inhale, 33, inhale, 34, inhale, 35, inhale, 36, inhale, 37, inhale, 38, inhale, 39, inhale, 40, told you we were doubling it, 41, 42, inhale, 43, inhale, 44, inhale, 45, inhale, 46, inhale, 47, inhale, 48, inhale, 49, inhale, 50, inhale, 51, inhale, 52. Woo! All right. Okay. That was hard. And from there, you can rise all the way up. Woo! Exhale, pull the, I doubled it, right? 26 times 2, that's 52. Just making sure. I think he's gonna punch me right now. Palms drop, circle and rise. You can skip the chair pose this time. Exhale, just fold forward and release. Inhale, lengthen it long. That was no joke. And you can step or float it back, chaturanga. Why was that one so hard? We've done 70 before. That one felt harder. Over the toes, up dog. Maybe it's because of all the crazy stuff you did at the beginning. Okay, right leg rises up. Pull the outer left hip back. Pull the knee to the nose, step it down, warrior one. When you inhale, rise it all the way up. When you exhale, release the hands all the way down to the ground. Step the right foot back, nice work, lower down, chaturanga. Over the toes, up dog. All the way up and back, down dog. Here we go, left leg, I'm out of breath, left leg rises up. Pull the knee all the way to the nose. Step the foot down, warrior one. Inhale, we rise. And then exhale, let it go. Step the left foot back, lower, nice and slow, chaturanga. Over the toes, up dog. Up and back to down dog. You want a break? You want child's pose? Sure? Okay, we'll just take a few breaths here. Big inhale in. Let it out. Whew. We'll celebrate your birthday. We'll just keep celebrating your birthday. Right leg rises up. Keep the right leg lifted, inhale, plank pose. Glide the shoulders all the way over wrist. Bend the elbows lower halfway down, chaturanga. Now press it up to plank, come up onto your left fingertips. And you can keep this, you know, if you want more, one arm, one-legged plank. Lift the outer right hip. It's great lift in the back leg. Good, now pull the collarbones a little further forward. That's awesome, brother. It's okay. You got it. Take one more breath here. Now, reset the left hand down. Good. Bend the elbows lower halfway down, back to chaturanga. Come back up to plank, stack the right foot on top of the left, back to Vashisthasana. Awesome. Good. You want a towel? Okay. Reconnecting to the breath with all this craziness that we're doing so that we stay connected as best we can to self and soul within all the curveballs that get thrown our way. Okay, now from here, lift the right foot just an inch up off the left, pull the knee all the way back into the chest like we did earlier. Now this time, I want you to extend that right leg out towards the right side. Okay, so straight this way as best you can. That's it, brother. Now tailbone back towards the back of the mat. Heart forward towards the front of the mat. Widen the collarbones out. You're doing great. You got it. Take one more inhale here. Lift the bottom hip higher. Rebend the knee. Look down at the left foot. Step the foot by the hand and rise all the way up into crescent. I think I said look at your foot, but I meant look at your hand. I knew you knew where I was going with that. Okay, from there, interlace the hands behind your back. Sink just a little bit deeper. Nice. And then now from there, humble crescent pose. Set the right shoulder on the thigh or inside of the knee. Awesome. If this is too much, you know you can set the left knee down. Humble crescent pose is hard as hell. Squeeze the outer right hip in, and maybe you can allow the crown of the head to get a little bit heavier. Nice, very nice. Smooth and steady, in and out through the nose. Good, take another inhale like this. Okay, now left hand down, right arm up. Twisted crescent pose with the left hand down. And Chris took his hand back here to levelize the hips. It's a good idea. Feel that levelization. Lift the head of the left thigh bone even a little higher. And then pull the left palm or left knuckles back towards the back of the yoga mat. Okay, now from here, reach the right arm all the way out over your head. Okay, now you can either come onto a block or fingertips here. Okay, so from there, there's a little more lift in those bottom ribs. So this is great. You can keep that there, okay? Or keeping that lift in the ribs, you can extend the left arm forward into the extended crescent twist. Nice. Lift the left thigh even a little higher. Pull the back heel a little further forward. That's it. And then kick it back into my hand. That's it. So we get the lift in the thigh. Take one more inhale here. Warrior two. Unwind it into external rotation. Heart and hips face towards the left. And readjust your feet here if you need. I prefer heel to heel, feels better for my back, but if heel to arch is better for you, that's cool. And as Chris helped me with the other day in Warrior 2. So we don't want the hip, so when I say work the left ribs back, that doesn't mean roll the left hip back. So we want to keep the left hip, yeah. You almost worked mine a little bit forward, didn't you? So are you doing that there? So he's working his left hip even slightly forward. I like it. I get to teach and learn at the same exact time. Press the top of the left thigh back, and then you're going to roll your left ribs slightly back. Yeah, because my experience in Warrior 2 is if I roll the left hip back with the left ribs, it throws it out of balance, and there isn't the support in the lumbar that I need. Your experience too? Sink a little deeper. But I liked his added element of actually he worked his left hip slightly forward, correct? Yep. Okay. And then we sink a little deeper. Awesome. And now from there, you're going to go back arm down the back leg. Let's reverse this warrior. Good. And today we'll come to side angle pose. I'll suggest a block inside the foot. If you're up for that, if you prefer elbow on the thigh, that's cool. Yep. Cutting the outer right hip in, lifting the right ribs up, pressing the top of the left thigh back. Okay, now come up onto the fingertips on the block and reach the left arm all the way out over your head. I like the fingertips because it gives you that lift in the ribs. So if you want more, you can extend the right arm forward with the left arm to the extended side angle pose. This is awesome. Maybe we can get even just a touch lower. That's it, brother. Doing great. Widen the shoulder blades out. This is fantastic. He's firming those upper outer arms in from the back. Yes, take one more inhale here. And then right up to Warrior 2. Fantastic. Whew, no joke. Still not in the same ballpark as yours. Windmill the hands all the way down to the ground. Step the right foot back, and then lower nice and slow. Chaturanga Dandasana. Over the toes into upward facing dog. And then all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Maybe it's in somewhat of a ballpark. Is it somewhat of a ballpark? He says it's getting close. All right. Okay. Big inhale in. Let it out, exhale. Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna go left leg. Let's rise it up in the air. Pull the outer right hip back, nice. And then inhale, plank pose, glide the shoulders all the way over the wrist. Keep the length, pull the palms back isometrically as you bend the elbows lower halfway down, chaturanga. And then you're gonna press it right back up to plank, come up onto your right fingertips and hold it right there. Okay, now from here, if you want, you can reach the right arm forward. You can keep the right hand there if you prefer. Yes, awesome, awesome lift in that left thigh. That's fantastic, brother. Great levelization in the hips. Now just a little pull forward to the heart. There you go. One more inhale here. Set the right hand down. Keep the leg lifted, bend the elbows lower halfway down, chaturanga. Come on, press it back up to plank pose. Stack the left foot on top of the right foot. Vashisthasana to that side. Left foot on top of the right. And roll the left hip towards the side you're facing, the left side. That's great. Okay, now from here, you're going to lift the left foot just an inch up off of the bottom foot and then pull the knee all the way into the chest. Okay, now you can keep this. If you can, now extend that leg out towards the left side, towards the side you're facing, to try to straighten that leg. Lift the bottom hip, work the tailbone back, pull the heart forward, widen the shoulder blades out. That's great. Come on, lift the bottom hip, you can do it. Take one more inhale here, you can do it. Pull the knee back in, look down at the right wrist, step the foot by the right wrist, crescent pose, rolling the ball of the back foot. That was amazing. That was really, really challenging. Thank you, Brock. At least the faces are coming out again. I was literally complaining the entire class, was I not?
Yeah.
I was like a whining little baby, right? Yeah, for the most part. What?
So that's accurate?
That's accurate. Yep. More payback classes to come from him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I want him. Sink a little lower. Okay, and then let's interlace the hands behind your back. We'll go unusual pinky on top. And then same thing, you're going to fold, set the left shoulder on the thigh. Let the head get heavy. And we'll go into the full humble crescent pose. Nice. Now see if you can come a little further forward onto that back, the ball of the back foot. And then lift the right thigh higher. And then firm the outer left hip in. And then drop the head lower again. Nice, not easy. And then scissor the thighs towards the midline. It's great. Okay, now release the right hand down. Take the left arm up into crescent twist with the right hand down this time. Good. And just a little more length through here. And as we length through the right ribs, we tame the right ribs down towards the pelvis. That's it. Good. Now, from here, if you got a block, maybe set the fingertips or the knuckles on the block and take the left arm all the way out over your head. Continuing to isometrically pull the knuckles or the palm back on the right side and elongating the right ribs further forward. Now you can keep that or add the right arm forward to the mix into the extended crescent twist. Nice. Breathing into the back ribs. You got it. Lift the right thigh higher. Nice. Firm those forearms in. Yes! Warrior two. Awesome work. Heart and hips face towards your right. Whew. Again, readjust the feet if you need to do that. And if you need to float the palms up for a moment, do that. Soften the traps a little bit. Good. And maybe we sink just a little deeper. Nice. We'll hang here just for a few breaths. And then we'll go back arm down the back leg. Let's reverse it. And then right into side angle pose from there. Elbow to the thigh, or you can set the hand, oh, I didn't get your block. Put the hand inside the foot or to a block. Good. Yeah, from the left hip in. Nice. Now, reach the top arm all the way out over your head, and maybe you come up onto your left fingertips. Okay, and again, this is great. You can hang right here. If you want more, you reach the bottom arm forward. Extended side angle. Yep, firm the left outer ankle in. Nice. Continue pressing the top of the right thigh back. That's great. Now just widen those shoulder blades out a little bit more. Tip the head back. Awesome. Warrior two. Good work, brother. Very good work. And then from there, windmill the hands all the way down to the ground. Step your left foot all the way back and lower nice and slow. Chaturanga. Over the toes into the upward facing dog. Nice and easy. Come on back to down dog. We just got one more standing thing to do. Let's take a few breaths here before we do it. Thumb okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Big inhale in. And then let it out. Right leg rises up in the air, please. Gonna pull the knee all the way to the nose, step the foot down, warrior one. Good. When you inhale, warrior two. He's feeling into the hip placement, correct? Working his left hip slightly forward, pressing his left thigh back. Then, let's see if we can get the femur, the front femur, a little deeper. Yes. I think even a little deeper. So like my shin is pressing back as you sink lower, firming that outer right hip in. And then widening the shoulder blades out. That's great. Now go back arm down the back leg, reverse warrior. Okay, now from reverse warrior, come right into triangle pose. Hand outside of the foot to a block like Chris has here, or if you prefer the ankle or shin, that's cool too. Nice. If you need to walk the back foot up just a little bit, if that's better for you in triangle, you can do that. Okay. Now look down. Okay, your right foot, you're going to step your block or your hand about 8 to 12 inches in front of your baby toe. You may want to block here. Yep. Good, Mula Bandha in the center. That's it. Good, his bottom ribs are lifting, that's fantastic. His back leg is kicking back, he's karate kicking it. Okay, now, we're going to reach your right arm forward. Keep your left arm up. So you got like a little L shape happening. Yep. This is great. Top of the right thigh presses back. Good. If you want the full expression of warrior four, extend that left arm all the way out overhead. You got this. Keep the lift here. This is great, brother. Yes. Press the right thigh back. You got it. Take one more inhale. Kick that left heel back. Back to half moon. Hard as hell. That was great work. Chapasana. Bend the back knee. Reach back. Grab the tops of the foot or the ankle. And if you fall out, oh well, who cares? It's just a practice. And he didn't. But I'm just saying, if that happens, oh well. You be light with yourself, and you just come back when you're ready. Press the tops of the foot into the hand. Press the right thigh slightly back. Nice. And then release back to half moon. And you're up for another handstand. Yep. Release the left hand down. Good. Back to standing splits. And we're going to work again with lifting up. Different than using momentum. And again, if you're just, working this a little bit and you're working on slowing things down, really make sure that you've got that lift. I know I say it a lot, but it's so important. Okay, the dome like you would for scared cat. Okay, keep that connection. And even if you just lift this much, that's great, because look at the difference between this, slower, and this. Very different, okay? So the engagement is everything. All right, gave him a little break there. When you're ready, we'll go handstand setup with the right leg down, the left leg up in the air. Okay. Reattend to your breathing. And karate kick that left heel up to the ceiling when you lift the ribs over your wrists. That's it. Good, buddy. Good. Left heel into right heel, and kick both heels up to the ceiling. Yeah. All right. Look at that. Shit, yeah. Nice and slow on the way down, too. That was great. That was different. Yeah, feel that? Loved it. And then we'll vinyasa you when you're ready over the toes, upward facing dog, and then all the way up and back, downward facing dog. One more side to go. Here we go. Left leg rises up in the air. Good. Pull the knee all the way to the nose, step it down, warrior one. Inhale, you're going to rise it up. And then from there, right into warrior two. Again, readjust the feet if you need to do that. Yep, and again, like my hand is on your left shin there, and I'm pressing you back. You're resisting and sinking a little lower. That's it. Nice. Good. Take one more breath here, and maybe get a little deeper in that front femur, and then go back arm down the back leg, reverse your warrior. Awesome. Okay, now from reverse warrior, right into triangle pose. Good. Now as you firm the outer left hip in, can you lengthen your left ear further forward? There you go. And then tip the head slightly back with it. It's really, really subtle. Just trying to get more length through there. That's it. Nice. Now look down at your left foot. Walk the block about 8 to 12 inches in front of your left baby toe. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. And I like what Chris does. He taught me this too in his class. So he's got his right hand by his right hip. If you can see any space in between there, like you were saying, yeah, that's it. Lift that leg a little bit higher to where there's no space between the hip and the arm. Okay, now from there, work this foot into the midline a little bit more. That's it. Lift the left ribs up and away. Come up onto your left fingertips. You can stay there on left fingertips, or if you can keep that much lift, lengthen the left arm forward. Press the left thigh back. This is great. Yes, this is fine to keep this. This is great work, great prep. Maybe you reach the top arm out overhead. That's all right. You got it. Lift. Pull the left thigh back. Left thigh back. Right heel up. And good. Half moon pose. Whew. It's no joke. And bend the knee. Reach back. Grab the tops of the foot. Chapasana. That was good, though. I didn't even make you do a warrior 5. He made me do a warrior 5. I'll have to give you warrior 5 soon, my friend. Yep. Good. Take another inhale here. Back to half moon pose. And then back to handstand. Release the hand down to the ground. And our last one here. Okay, left foot down, right leg up to the ceiling, reattending to the breathing. And again, remember just getting that little engagement in the ribs and just maybe lifting an inch up off the ground today. Okay, so we're working, and I promise you, I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes. It's like, well, I'm just lifting an inch. But as you do that, I mean, you can attest to that, right? As you just do the little steps a little bit at a time, your system will get how to go higher and higher and higher. It's miraculous. And then all of a sudden, boom. And you've watched it happen here. It's freaking amazing. His engagement and strength and elongation. I'm continually inspired by it. So shoulders right up over the wrists. That's it. Actually levelize your hips more. Work the outer left hip back. Feel that. And lift the right thigh up. Now do that little left hip in, right obliques towards the left hip. Yes, keep that connection. Then shift the weight forward and lift up. Good. Nice. Yep. Good work, brother. Look at this. Awesome. Wrap the upper outer arms in. Kick the heels up. That's it. Good. One more inhale like this. Or take as many inhales as you want. He's just going to probably hang there all day. It's amazing, dude. Freaking awesome. Look at how solid that is. Yes. All right. Freaking amazing, brother. Doing all right? That was unbelievable. I mean, that was different. Like, each time we do it, it's different. But, like, that was freaking killer. I mean, you were engaged from head to toe. Everything was working. And so that's why he was even able to stay there. And even when he was coming down, like, everything was supporting him. It was freaking unbelievable. Nice work, brother. Very nice work. Want a towel? Want some water? Okay. Make your way onto your back and set it up for a little bridge pose. If you need an inversion at home and you didn't want to do that, you can always take the legs up the wall. I'll just show you, even though I'm not at a wall. Okay, you can come down like this and just take the legs up the wall. It's a great way to reverse the flow of blood. Okay, or you can take a dolphin pose. If you're with us for bridge pose, I'm going to give him some blocks. We're going to slide the blocks underneath the soles of the feet. And sometimes you need to scoot your butt a little forward. He's pretty good right there. And then when you're ready, you can lift the hips up. Either the hands are down or you can interlace them underneath your sacrum. Nice, amazing. You notice when those connections happen, things get really still? That's what I was feeling too. It's just like everything gets so silent and yet expansive at the same time. It's pretty cool.
It's the first time I plugged my shoulder blade.
Yeah, that's what it is, right. And your arm bones were plugged into the shoulder sockets. And he was just saying that he had his shoulder blades down his back instead of...
Initially when I lifted up, instead of using like elongation of my spine, I was pushing my shoulder blade, but then
widening out at the same time.
pushing it up, and then that was the instability.
Oh.
This, when I would turn my arms in, but then I plugged them down and elongated like through my spine, and when you said push up through my heels, I wasn't pushing like my shoulders up.
Yeah, you were lifting up. Your legs were lifting. Yeah, so I'll go over what he was talking about in a second, and then exhale, you can lower all the way back down. Because I noticed that too. When your heels lifted, it became a little different.
Right.
And
my shoulder blades plugged.
So his shoulder blades plugged in and down the back of his body, and his upper outer arms firmed in when his heels lifted up. And it was just this much more of a lift that way, so he didn't have to use his arms or do, this kind of things. It actually went, it went this way instead of this way, because this was elongating that way. Bridge pose round 2. That's huge. I mean, that's so freaking huge. Again, it's these most subtle movements that change the entire game. So I thank you for saying that, sharing that, because it's big. And that's when things get still, right? It's like, oh, whoa. The brain gets out of the way and something miraculous happens. It's awesome. And then we'll slowly lower all the way back down. Great. And then one more time, you can lift it up. That's when we, take obstacles to opportunities, and we're out of our way. And it is miraculous in those moments, because some other energy and life force is moving you, really. That's my experience of it. And that's what we're up to in here. Allowing the soul to inhabit the body and give you greater strength than you ever thought that you had. But you have it. It's just attending to it and practicing it. And you can lower it all the way back down and hug the knees into the chest. Give them a good little squeeze in. And then from there, you can come into a spinal twist, drop the knees to the right, head and shoulders roll over to your left. But yeah, that's what it's all about. Because, you can train for months and do all the physical stuff and still not get that. But when something else spiritually happens, combined with the physical, combined with the mental yoga, something miraculous genuinely happens. And it literally can just be this much of a lift. And everything shifts. And healing happens. And uplift happens. And empowerment happens. All at once. A couple more breaths here. And then you can exhale, switch sides. Good, and we'll hug the knees into your chest. Happy baby pose. Reach down, grab the outsides of the feet. Sacrum getting just a little bit longer towards the front. And then we'll soften the traps, the shoulders down. We'll go thread the eye of the needle. We'll stack the right shin on top of the left thigh. And you can reach down, either grab your left hamstring or knee, or you can fork the arms. I like the forking of the arms version myself, but that is not for everybody. So forking arms version being this. Okay, or we try to stack the knee over the hip first, and then you can pull back the knee towards the, oh wait, I did the other side, my bad, sorry about that. Okay, so get the left knee over your left hip and then pull the knee back. It's very subtle, but if you start with the knee forward of your hip, the hip is out of the socket a bit. So we take the knee over the left hip, firm the outer right hip in, and then slightly pull back. And you should notice a little difference there. And if you need to pry the right thigh open with your elbow, you do that. And I like his version there too. You can also set the left foot down. We'll go another few breaths here. And then when you exhale, switch sides. And if you have any knee stuff here, I find sometimes pointing the toes is helpful in the thread the eye of the needle. A few more breaths here. And you can begin to make your way out of here and up into a seated position, setting up for Paschimottanasana, final pose before Shavasana. I'm going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. We'll pigeon toe the two big toes, reach up a little higher, and then shift the weight forward. Lengthen, 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 hinge at the hips. And then when you're ready, you can set the hands down to the outsides of the feet, to the ankles, to the shins, whatever floats your boat. Keeping some length for a few moments. If you want to keep the length, you keep doing that. If you want to release everything down, you can do that and just let everything drop for a few moments. Either way, softening the traps down off the neck. That's it. Good. Nice. And then when you're ready, you can come all the way up and then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down, setting up for your final rest. Shavasana time. It's your time to let everything go in a very deep way, as best you can. So to help you surrender deeper, let's take one last big inhale in through your nose. Now hold it in at the top of your lungs just for a little bit longer here. Just another 5 seconds. See if you can get one more sip of air in through your mouth. Now let it all go. Shavasana time. And the next time you inhale, let's have you breathe in just a little deeper. And then let it out through your mouth. And begin to lick your lips. And swallow. Good. Hug the knees into your chest. Drop the knees over to your right side and pause there for a few moments. And when you're ready, we'll set your left palm down and you can roll all the way up into a comfortable seated position. We'll keep your eyes closed, putting the palms together at your heart. Allow the side ribs and the heart to lift as the traps soften down. And let's seal it in with one final Om. So a nice big inhale in through your nose. And bowing the head down towards the hands, sealing in the practice and all of its amazing benefits. And then slowly we'll rise your head all the way back up. Blink your eyes open. Namaste, yogis.